Morning everybody, so it's September, as you can probably tell. It's really foggy, so I don't know, the horses aren't standing at the gate this morning, but it's really foggy. So I'm going to make up their breakfast and get them in, and then I'll give you a little bit of an update on what's going on with them. Here they come. They're appearing out of the fog. You can see little Tommy's little Tommy at the back there. And the other two pottering. Right, better make their breakfast. So that's the horses in. Those of you who follow me on Instagram, or I think Facebook, or actually read my blog as well, will know that Basil actually had his tooth out week last Tuesday. So I think not this Tuesday, it's just gone, the Tuesday before. So he's they've managed to do it in a day, which was very good of them, because obviously Chesney gets very upset when Basil's away, and Chesney was in fact distressed all day. He ran up and down the field all day, even though he had Tommy with him, but we managed to get Basil there, and he had his first top molar out, the one up here, but it seems to be healing very well. But it means he's not really allowed to eat much hay. He can have a little bit, so he's tending to come in a little bit to have a little bit of hay. He's not allowed his normal food, so he has to have soaked nuts, which he's never had since I've had him, because nuts make him slightly loopy, so he's always had like an alfalfa based feed. So I'm glad I'm not riding him, because obviously I'm not riding him because he can't have a bit in. But I'm glad I'm not, because he'd be loopy eating the nuts anyway. So they are living out like nearly all the time at the moment, and I'm not sure Basil has ever done that in his life. Have you ever done that? Because obviously he was a racehorse before. People before I had him kept him somewhere where, sorry, the light's in, his light's covering your eyes, Basil. They kept him somewhere he couldn't be out that much, so he was in quite a long time. And then since I've had him, he's done half and half. So in the summer he's out at night, and in the winter he's out in the day and in the other half. So it's been quite a shock, I think, for Basil. He's Chesney, when he was little, he used to live out. He hasn't done for a while, but he's not so bad. But he always loved coming into his stable. So and obviously Tommy has lived out, certainly while the Blue Cross had him and things, so he's fine. Basil's a bit confused by life. He doesn't quite understand why he's not coming in, and I think he's quite tired, because he's not used to sleeping much out in the field. He naps, but in the stable he has a proper lie down and a proper sleep. He probably does in the stable. Sorry, he probably does in the field. I've never seen him though. I've seen him lying down for short naps in the summer, just before they come in at night, when it's still relatively warm in the day. Anyway, so they're out at night, so he's really confused. So obviously they're all rugged up to try and keep them warm, because it's cold at night now. Anyway, so he's pleased he's come in now. So I've got them in for a little bit of breakfast, Basil. And here's Tommy. Tucking into your hay, aren't you? Tommy, I feel, has gone backwards a little bit the last week or so. I've not been that well either. So Basil and I together are a bit of a disaster, and so Tommy's not been handled as much. He's been coming in twice every day, but he hasn't been brushed, and obviously he's been having his feet picked out, but he hasn't been brushed. So I feel he's losing, not lost much confidence, just a tiny bit, and we think it might be partly because he's been handled slightly less, but mostly because the farm behind have been doing a lot of work. They've been ploughing, they've set up bird scarers and stuff. And here's Chesney's big bottom, because he's eating his breakfast as well. So anyway, so I'm going to try, give Tommy a little bit of a brush this morning and see if we can't try to get back some of this confidence, because the farrier is coming end of next week, so we obviously would like him to do his back feet next time if possible. Tom, hey. Anyway, I've got to do the water, so we'll fill the water buckets and sort their rugs. So the horses are all in. I'm hoping, well, I should be getting a small load of hay today. Don't know if anybody else has this problem. This pile here, the horses won't eat. It's quite, it's a bit thicker hay, and I think maybe that, anyway, they won't eat it, so I'm going to see if the farmer will take that back, which is loose, which I've opened, because he might feed it to his cattle. But I'm also hoping there's a few bales that haven't opened, so he might credit me for those. Anyway, we'll see. So, and then we'll be able to have a good tidy up of the hay barn again, because it's a bit of a mess with all that loose hay that they won't eat. Anyway, I've got a few bits and bobs to do today, so I will keep you up to date in a little while. Bye. So I've just put the horses out again, and the arena needs a little bit of trimming around the sides, so I've put them just out in the arena. Oh, I've just made Tommy jump out his skin, bless him. He was round the corner. Were you round the corner, Poppet? Good boy. And Chesney and Basil are trimming the edge. You can't see Basil because he's behind Chesney. Sorry, Tom. Good boy. And Tommy's just enjoying a bit of peace and quiet up here. Aren't you? The big red tractor behind. So, job now, I want to tidy up all this fence so they can get up to this water trough. And then I'm going to move the fence from over this other side across, so that sort of third of the field gets a rest before the winter and chance to recover. So I also need to clean out this water trough. So that's what I've got to do now. Bless him, silly monkey. So I've had a nice new hay delivery as well, which is good. So I've got some new hay to use. And my nice farmer, who has been bringing hay to me for years, credited me and took the old ones home, so that was even better. But unfortunately he's got no use for this hay, so I've got to find something else to do with that. Anyway, we better get on. I've got a little friend. It's eating grass. Hello, Daisy. Hello, Poppet. How are you doing? Are you going to come and help me? Help me move the fence and clean out the water trough. Come on then, let's go do that. There they are. There they are. Tommy's come down now to eat at the end of the arena. I'm still going on the fence. It's a long job with my friends. So finally the sun has come out and I've managed to be able to take their rugs off, so they're having a nice time. Disney and Tommy have come round into the main field now and found I've only moved the fence a tiny bit really, just so I can tidy up this bit down the end here. But Basil has stayed where he is. If you can hear that funny noise, it's the water trough filling. It's making a huge racket. Anyway, so I've done the fence there. I put the fence up there again, so they've got like a narrow section for a bit, but I'll just slowly move this fence over here. So I'm pleased that I've managed to get that done today. So I will check in again with you later. So it's a bit later and I've got the boys back in, but Tommy doesn't want to come in. He's having a I'm too frightened afternoon. He's struggling because we haven't got such a good routine now really with the because Basil's not out, so they're coming in for a bit in the morning, a bit in the afternoon, and he got in a good routine with them for coming in and having some food in the morning and then staying in for the day. But now he comes in the morning, but he won't come in the afternoon, which is quite frustrating, to be honest, because we were getting on so well. But there we are. He'll be all right again. We'll get back to it. So I'm going to give Chesney a brush in a little bit, and just give him a little bit of a rest, I think, for an hour or so, which they need, don't you, Basil? Do you want to sleep? Can hardly see you. There you are. So Chesney is now all rugged up for the night. It's probably going to be a little bit warm for the next half hour, but it's difficult because it's going to be cold tonight. So we've rugged him up, and now Tommy decided to come in, didn't you? Yeah, and Basil's ready to have his rug on and go out. He's only got to have antibiotics once a day now, so that's a bit of relief, isn't it, for us both? And his hair's starting to grow back on his bit they clipped, so he's starting to look a bit more normal again. So we put your rug on, Basil. Yeah? You can't come in. Basil thinks he's going to come in the tack room. That's the closest he's ever been. He's properly nearly in. You can't come in, you'll never get out again. Come on, go back. Go back. Go back, good boy. So Basil has also got his rug on. You ready to go out then? There they are, little monsters. Disney licking the fence post. You like licking the fence post, don't you? You're funny the way you do that, aren't you? Basil does a bit of licking in between his wind sucking. They're very funny horses. So we'll do something with Tommy now, shall we? Good boy. I don't know what's up. Not as good. Gone backwards, haven't we, the last couple of weeks, which is a shame. Hey, my little monster. Hey, good boy. He seems fairly relaxed on the yard. I think having a little potter. So he'll be alright, bless him. We'll get back to it. Anyway, so just while I wait for the big heffalumps to get out of the way, we're going to skip out. And yep, that's the next job. Boy, so we've just linked this through here. We're not going far from him. Good boy. But obviously the ring makes a bit of a jingly noise when he moves. He's used to that noise, I guess, because Chesney often makes stand. Good boy. Good boy. Just obviously important, nothing scares him because he's actually not tied up, and actually the string will break, but there we go. That's quite good. That's the first time we've done that, Tom. Good boy. We're waiting for Chesney to go away from the gate. Problem is, when I give you attention, he's jealous and he doesn't want to go, does he? Little monster. Good boy. It's a good boy. What a brave boy. What a brave boy. Good lad. There we are. So I think that'll do for today. Hey, good. That's a good boy. So we're in the field now. Chesney's gone away. Hey, good boy. Such a good boy. He's a funny pony because he wants to stay with you at the gate. Don't you? And he did when we went to meet him. But he's still nervous about coming up in the field. Sometimes I can get near him and sometimes I can't. It does vary a little bit, doesn't it? Hey. So I'll mooch off out the gate and then he'll go. Hey. Get your lumps and bumps, hey? Do you think they're going to go in the winter time? Good boy. Good boy. It's funny, as soon as I go out then he'll go. Oh, there's an apple there. Somebody will find that in the morning. A little one from the tree. See what he thinks of a nice clean water trough. There they are then, all oh, he's probably going to go to all the way around the back, safely on the other side of Basil.